I hope you've enjoyed our question. Interesting, isn't it? Just before the break, we're talking to Elsa Perez about the Dance Around the World. Elsa, we're just talking about the event happening, the festival happening in October, and obviously there are various workshops and conferences people can go to. The event starts from 10 o'clock and finishes at 6 o'clock. No, the classes starts at 10 o'clock and workshop and classes start at 10 o'clock and finishes at 6 p.m. And the main event starts at 7 p.m. and goes on to midnight. Is that
11
o'clock.
Yeah.
And obviously this is not a free event, it's £10 to get in and all that. But what if people want to start learning how to dance? Because I'm somebody, I don't like to make a fool of myself. So I tend to do a lot of research before I do anything. So if I want to dance, at this particular festival, would you recommend like maybe take up some steps before and where can people go to do that?
I wouldn't even recommend that you do that.
Okay.
Because if you come to the Latin American night, which is the one I have to put together, you cannot go to a class in capoeira, Argentinian tango, salsa, samba, all of those to prepare yourself for 10 minutes in every style. You just come there and have a wonderful time. We have such wonderful dance animators. They will just encourage you to dance. We do have workshops in the styles on the day from 5 o'clock onwards before this event starts. So you could have a taste of that. But I mean, in most styles, you need quite a few lessons if you wanted to be fantastic at it. So, but that's not really the ethos of the evening.
Okay. Is this a unique event? Because I'm just thinking...
I think it is.
You really?
Yes. For a start, it's indoors, so we are not thrown by terrible weather. It always happens because it's all indoors. We have a covered walkway to the marquees where things happen. And it's unique because it's not very big. You're always meeting up with people of different cultures wherever you go, on the stairways, the bars and so on. You're seeing different costumes, hearing different languages. You're mixing in the workshops, in the hall with different people. You're forced to confront other, cultures and so on. Learn about it, understand it, respect it, and have pride in your own.
Culture, that's great. But is this only done in the UK or has it been taken elsewhere?
I don't know about elsewhere. This is what we do here.
So what's your background? What's your connection with Dance Around the World?
Well, I'm South African. I've always loved dance. I wanted to be a dancer. My family wasn't rich enough to send me to a dance school. And I'm glad now because they would have sent me to ballet, and that's not my favorite dance. I prefer world dance. But, what's my background? As I said earlier, I did Spanish, flamenco, and Indian when I was in South Africa. Came over, had children, got married, of all of that, many years. I taught music most of my life, and then did lots of workshop, did dancing as well. And the moment I retired at 60, I got right back in to my dancing, you see.
Give over, you're 60? No.
Do I have to say how old I am?
No, my goodness.
I'm 74.
She looks so good, I tell you.
But then it's dancing. It keeps you fit.
It keeps you fit, and also it's good for your mental state as well. Because when I'm stressed, when I salsa, I just feel relaxed,
Absolutely. Your worries just go, whatever.
So do you actually run the organization all by yourself, or do you have a team of people?
There are 3 main people in the committee, with 2 others. So we do all the planning. 3 of us mostly, but the others as well. Most of the planning, organizing, all of that. But then on the day, we have a huge team of other volunteers. None of us get paid for this. Wow. We just do it because we love dance and we love to see people enjoying dance and mixing, to see this whole intercultural mix. That is our joy, because we feel this is how things have to happen in the world. And especially, can I just say this, especially now with the global recession happening, people are always looking for scapegoats. You are taking our jobs here, then they look at the ethnic minorities or the newest migrants and so on. And therefore we really have to build a kind of solidarity between people. Say, well, we're the same,
But I always find that bitterness like that is so self-defeating. I'm a great believer in that.
Absolutely.
So you have to channel your energy to the right thing, you know, if just because, and I always think with things like that, people like to vent their anger towards something, like somebody or something, on an object, rather than take responsibility for their own, you know, for their own decision. Yes, there might be an element of truth in what they say, but at the end of the day, you know, it's just, there's no point in being bitter about it, because you're not doing yourself any favors. You could be saying to yourself, okay, maybe this is a new way for me to change my life, really, by taking up a different, I suppose, vocation, or starting up your own business and and so forth. I mean, I've done this show now for 4 or 5 years, and in the last few months or so, when you have people on the show, they say, oh, would I be made redundant? What do I do? Or, you know, this is what is happening to me at the moment. And I'm saying, you can't be bitter about it. Maybe reevaluate your life. See where you can change. Go back to training. Go back to school.
Exactly.
If you can do that, do that. And also take up, I think that's why you should take up something that you feel passionate about. Maybe dancing, you know. So if you dance and dance, because dance is another good way of relaxation. You know, you can do that. So what are you passionate about yourself, Elsa?
Well, obviously dance.
Yeah.
Music. I love music. I love languages. I won't say I'm fantastic at it, but because it's, for me, it's all a question of time, you know. Can't fit in all the things I want to do. Yeah. I love travelling. Oh, really? Yeah. Walking. Don't do enough of that. So, and the other thing is, I am also passionate about my country. I am secretary of a group called the ANC Support Group. Yeah. And you know, the ANC is the government in South Africa now. Yeah. And when we became, when we had free elections and so on, you could no longer belong to the ANC if you were out of South Africa, because the work was done, shall we say, partly. Yeah. So we had a support group for all the veterans who were here in the country, so we support each other. And we now raise funds for a little school in a very poor area in South Africa. So that is our main thrust now.
What does the future hold for Dance Around the World?
Well, we hope it will continue. We're having our 10th birthday next year. Oh. And, I mean, we have visions. I don't think it will work.
Don't say that. You know, we have an inspirational show. We want to inspire people. You can't say that.
Yes, we have to. All right.
Okay. You're going to do it. It's going to work.
Yes. Yes. All right.
May not be at the scale you want it, but it's going to work.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
We have grown year by year because, first of all, it was just one evening. Yes. Then it was a day. Yes. Then it became 2 days. Then we included music. Then we included a marquee outside. Now we're having a second marquee outside. Yeah. And we have a conference. So it is growing. Yeah. We want it to grow. Yes. The space is limiting at that centre. We had thought of the festival hall, but that would need major funding. Wow. Funding is a problem with us because
funding is a problem for everybody, with the rich ones and the poor companies and whatever. It's just that this is a very critical time for businesses.
It is.
But I always believe that you have to keep going. You know, it may not be at the scale you want it. You may just have to you have to rein in some of your needs or some of your want or your wish list, I should say. And it's okay. I wish to have a bigger hall, but rather than have a bigger hall, maybe I can have smaller holes, you know, and then do things, you know, rather than have everybody in one. So that's my beliefs anyway. I'm sure, you know. Yeah. You're going to, you know, reach around the world. What would you like to say to the audience? Would you like them to, you know?
Oh, I'd like to say to the audience, please come to this wonderful 2-day festival. You'll not regret it. It is just fantastic. It's like a big party. A friend who recently wrote she was a referee for one of the funding applications. That's my job, funding applications. She said it's like a carnival atmosphere, and that's true. You know, it is a really wonderful event, and
again, age doesn't matter because I'm sure you don't mind me saying, Elsa, that you're 74. So any age could. I suppose there must be an age restriction, maybe 16 to onwards, or
we don't have very little children unless they come with parents.
Okay, all right then.
But there's no restriction; they can come. We've had workshops with a mum and a little child running around.
Okay. So family are welcome.
Families are wonderful.
Age is no barrier. Culture is no barrier.
No barrier.
So barrier. The only thing that will stop you is yourself.
Exactly.
That's it. On that note, Elsa, thank you very much for being here on the Rhoda Wilson Show. We've enjoyed chatting to you, especially as I'm passionate about dancing. So it's great to have you. This is me, Rhoda Wilson, saying I hope you've enjoyed my conversation here with Elsa. She's got a festival coming in October. It's Dance Around the World. I hope you do attend. Until next week, when I have another interesting guest, thank you for watching.